Okay. What I want to do first is I was watching Rachel Maddow, and she uncovered, or someone did, she reported, on Donald Trump using Russia talking points. And if they don't need any more proof, I think, than that almost, that he conspired with Russia. He said that Montenegro, small little country, has very violent people, and that they could start World War III. This is apparently something very close to Vladimir Putin's heart. Why did it come out of Donald Trump's mouth? Do you really think he didn't even know how to spell Montenegro? Never mind what's going on there. Just like he said that Poland would invade some country and start a coup. Well, or invade some country, and the coup in Montenegro was funded, or the failed coup was funded by Russia. So it's obvious that he's working with Russia. He is a Russian puppet. He is a Russian agent. All that is true. What I have never really done, though, was do a reading to confirm that. Is Donald Trump working with Vladimir Putin? Now, it's kind of hard to say no, at least if you're a rational person. If you're a Trump supporter, then it's easy to say no, because I heard where I work, a lot of people come through that are Russia supporters. Freudian slip, that are Trump supporters. And they say that there are the things that are important to them are getting like transgenders out of the military. Because this is the conversation I was having. But he can't do that because all the Democrats want to talk about is Russia. Okay, yeah, that's what they should be talking about, because that is very important. The American president should not be the puppet of Vladimir Putin. So, I want to see, are you indeed Maria Bettina Jr.? Are you a Russian agent in this country? Donald Trump. Are you a Russian agent? First card, Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups is a relationship. It is a new one. Ten of Cups. Magician. Five of Swords. High Priestess. King of Cups. That is so wow. Okay, keep going. Three of Swords. Queen of Swords. Two of Wands. Two of Swords. What just hit me? I'm going to jump straight into that. Every time I do a reading on Donald Trump, this guy comes up. That's the King of Cups. Now, I never associated Donald Trump with the King of Cups because this is an emotional card, number one. This is Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. And he is not a water element. He has very little emotion. A lot of irrationality, but no real caring and compassion and all of that. However, in a lot of readings, Donald Trump also comes up as the earth element. He is not stable, therefore he is not truly an earth element either. But he is a money man. The King of Pentacles is a money man. He comes up as the King of Swords because he is a Gemini. Geminis are sort of duplicitous, so they do have two sides to them. But this came up and said Donald Trump. And I thought, I get why this King of Cups comes up so much in all of his readings. This is him if you don't know who he is. Question was, is he a Russian agent? To some people, he appears as the King of Swords. To some people, he appears as the King of Pentacles. To some people, he appears as the King of Cups because he has a mission to do. Now, he's not doing it well because he's not bright. But Russia has him. He doesn't work for us at all. Like, not even a little bit. He owes them money. He couldn't get money here, so he went there. Eric Trump even admitted that. That's where they get their money from. They don't need it here. They get it there. He is somebody else. So when people in America see him as the Gemini, so the King of Swords, and then the Earth element as the money man, if he was to try to be an agent, he would have to change how he reacted, especially to Vladimir Putin. The relationship is built on mistrust, defeat. It is built on nefarious deeds. To Vladimir Putin, it is what he wants. This is, I will say this is a, not to insult Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio people, but this seems to be a weaker person than the money man. This is the emotional man. This is not the stable one. This is a person who could fly off the handle at any moment, which he does. He's not rational like the air element. He's emotional when it comes to Russia. So this is why he always comes up in his readings. That is you. And then this confirmed it for me. The Magician is usually a card of the skills that you need to accomplish whatever it is you're trying to accomplish. You have that is not him. This is manifestation and trickery, because there's your secrets. Literally a magician. This is your secrets. This is your manifestation. Concealing. I need fingernails. Concealing. This is why he looks like a different person. Now, mind you, everybody sees you, Donald. But never mind. Let me take that back. When I talk to people who say he's trying to get transgenders out of the military, but the Democrats are stopping him because all they talk about is Russia, there you go. They can't see him at all. I used to think when all of this first started that if you were a Trump supporter, you were just a racist. Okay, I have graduated from that point. They're not all racist, no, but they are all, what's a nice word? I want to say foolish, but I want a nicer word than that, because I'm actually really not trying to be insulting. Because the person that I was talking to is not a bad person. You know, about the whole transgender thing. It's not a bad person. She just thinks differently. But they don't think logically. Like I said when I did the wall reading, Nobody ever stopped and said, how are you going to force Mexico to pay for something you want? And mind you, he didn't even want the wall. He doesn't care about the wall. It's not about that. It was an applause line. He wanted support. He wanted somebody to big him up because his father never did it. He looks like somebody else to them, like a caring, generous person. What the King of Cups represents. The King of Cups represents a person who is caring, a person who is compassionate. That's how they see him. Gosh dog it. And then that's what he fears. He fears that Vladimir Putin will pull the plug and say, well, you know what? Your usefulness is over. Give me my money back. And it is over. The government shutdown is probably Vladimir Putin's idea. Halt your government. Keep it from working. You've already sanctioned me to near extinction. Mind you, Vladimir Putin's also a billionaire, so he stole his money from his country. So, I mean, you know, and then jails all his opponents to where he's going to be president forever. Tries to start coups in other people's countries and then tries to label them as horrible World War starting 3 countries. And then funnels the ideas to Donald Trump and has him repeat them into American media. And then he does. But in your environment is the Queen of Swords. The law. There's the stability. There is the logic of the law. Headstrong. And why I say weaker, not to insult Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, but weaker because in particular instance, you are not a person of power. You are a person of emotion. You're not a money man. You're an emotional man. You're not a logical air sign man. You are an emotional man. You cannot win this by throwing a tantrum. You need facts. You need evidence. This is the desire between your relationship, is that it will come to fruition. This is the preparation. Donald Trump is just the seed. He was supposed to be something bigger, something grander, something better. Vladimir Putin sort of underestimated our system, though, because now they don't know exactly what to do. They still have plans. They still have them. Back when Donald Trump wanted voter information from every state, he was just going to send that back to Vladimir Putin. Back when Donald Trump said that other countries were violent, full of violent people going to start a coup, that went back to Vladimir Putin. It came from him. Back when Donald Trump said, I want to build a wall and Mexico's going to pay for it, and if I don't get it, we're going to shut down the government. Vladimir Putin. This is all a partnership. It is a strained one at the moment, because you did not pick the brightest of bulbs. You went behind the one who was the easiest to manipulate. Donald Trump was not supposed to be there, but he is there. I'm going to do a reading and find out exactly what prompted this little time in history, but we'll see about that later. But are you a Russian agent? Yes. The hard part is not finding that out, because I think we knew that. The hard part is to get those who see you as something else to see you for who you really are. Because the sad part is there is still a portion of this country that would vote for you again.